Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, where we try to play modern games on machines that cry for mercy. Today, we're diving into Palia, a cozy life sim that promises peaceful vibes, community building, and a relaxing escape from reality, assuming your PC doesn't crash first. And here's the kicker. I tested Palia on my trusty old low-end laptop with an Intel i3 and, you guessed it, no graphics card. Yep. We're back with another episode of Can It Run Without Exploding? Spoiler alert, it almost made it, but more on that in a bit. Let's jump into this cozy but controversial game and see if your potato PC can survive the experience. Alright, let's talk about how Palia performs on my low-end setup. As usual, I set the game resolution to 720p and turned every setting down to please don't kill my PC. On this bare-bones configuration, I managed to get around 25 to 40 FPS depending on the area, closer to 40 when I was doing nothing but staring at trees, and dipping to the mid-20s during busier scenes. But here's where it gets spicy. After about 30 minutes of peaceful fishing, cozy gardening, or just admiring the scenery like a budget Bob Ross, the game decided to crash. Repeatedly, like it had a built-in timer saying, "That's enough joy for you today." Stutters are also part of the experience, especially when loading new areas or switching activities. So yes, Palia can run on a low-end PC, but only if you treat it like a fragile piece of art, a relaxing one that might explode. Alright, let's zoom in on what it's actually like to play Palia. Think of it as Stardew Valley if it joined a yoga retreat, got a new MMO robe, and said, "I'm just here to vibe." You start with a humble plot of land that's basically begging to be turned into a cottagecore dream, or a total mess, depending on your crafting skills and patience. From there, it's open season on cozy. You can go fishing at a peaceful lake, harvest wood from lush forests, cook complex recipes, mine or decorate your home like you're auditioning for Palia Cribs. There's even hunting, though it's more like gently scaring wild animals for XP than actually surviving in the wilderness. There's no combat in Palia, and honestly, that's part of its charm. No swords, no raids, no toxic PvP chat. You're just out here making soup, crafting furniture, chasing butterflies, and occasionally planting corn like it's your spiritual mission. The absence of timers, bosses, or pressure turns every session into a kind of pixelated meditation. If you're coming home from a stressful day, this game is like a digital cup of chamomile tea. I even found myself zoning out while mining, the ambient music gently humming in the background, and thought, wow, maybe I am the main character. The skill system also deserves credit. Each activity, whether it's gardening, bug catching, or blacksmithing, has its own progression path. The more you do something, the better gear and recipes you unlock. It gives you this small wins feeling constantly. And while the game lets you multitask, the real joy is in going slow. Enjoying each little animation, each improvement to your plot of land. In those moments, Palia delivers on the cozy fantasy better than most. But here's where things start to unravel a bit. Palia calls itself an MMORPG, but let's be honest, it's wearing that label like someone who bought gym clothes but only uses them for brunch. Servers are capped at around 25 players, and while you'll see other players walking around, interactions are shallow. There's no meaningful co-op content except for a few community quests, some flow trees that require synchronized chopping, and one-time seasonal events like the Hot Pot minigame, which was genuinely great. So naturally, they removed it. Most of the time, it feels like you're playing a solo game with transparent ghosts of strangers floating by. Even chatting feels awkward. The in-game social features are limited, and unless you bring friends with you or join a guild, it's easy to feel isolated. I'd ping the chat looking for help with a multi-person task, and the silence was louder than the game's background music. It's like attending a party where everyone's too polite to talk. And now, we need to address the $1 million, or should I say $50 million, elephant in the room, the development choices. Palia was made by devs from Blizzard, Epic, and Riot. With that kind of pedigree and funding, you'd expect polish, depth, and at least a basic understanding of what players want. But instead of giving us better multiplayer features, more story content, or expanding the world with meaningful updates, they've focused on cosmetics. A lot of them. Pets that you have to pay for, romance systems that feel undercooked, and a blog post defending the monetization that sounded less like PR and more like a defensive Reddit rant. It's frustrating because you can see the potential. The world is beautiful, the mechanics are in place, and players are hungry for that blend of peaceful solo play and fun community interaction. But the devs are slow to respond, overly focused on monetization, and worst of all, tone-deaf to feedback. When the most beloved event, the Hot Pot minigame, was taken away with no permanent return in sight, it felt like a metaphor for everything wrong with modern live service design. We made something fun, and now it's gone. Thanks for playing. Still, there's hope. Despite everything, I keep coming back. Because Palia nails that cozy core loop. It's relaxing, it's accessible, and it scratches the same itch as Animal Crossing but without needing a Switch. You can jump in, do a little farming, talk to an NPC who's basically cottagecore boyfriend material, and log out feeling just a bit lighter. And if the devs can pivot, listen to the community, bring back the fun events, deepen the multiplayer systems, and stop treating players like wallets on legs, Palia could become something really special. It's not there yet, but if you go in expecting a peaceful solo sandbox with light MMO sprinkles and a bit of charm, you'll have a good time. Just don't expect the next Final Fantasy XIV. Think of it more like Animal Crossing with a credit card machine taped to it. So here's the verdict. Palia is a charming and cozy life sim that you can play on a low-end PC, as long as you're okay with occasional stutters and sudden crashes that feel like your PC having an existential crisis. The gameplay itself is deeply relaxing and offers tons of potential for creativity and long-term engagement, especially if you enjoy games like RuneScape, FFX Ivy, or Animal Crossing. But don't come into it expecting a fully fledged MMORPG experience. Right now, Palia feels like an early access game hiding behind the cozy label to excuse a lack of features and slow content rollout. The devs need to listen more, communicate better, and, seriously, just bring Hot Pot back as a permanent feature. Despite all this, I do recommend giving it a try, especially if you're looking for a chill game to relax with after a long day. Just lower those expectations, lower your settings, and maybe keep a fan pointed at your laptop. You'll thank me later. That's it for today's low-end gaming experiment. If you enjoyed this video, or if your PC also whimpered while running Palia, smash that like button like you're chopping a flow tree solo. Don't forget to subscribe for more honest reviews, low-spec tests, and maybe the occasional crash report. Let me know in the comments what game I should torture my laptop with next. Until then, happy gaming and stay cozy, even if your frame rate isn't.